What's going on, Florida? What's going on, Kiwi? How we doing? So today we got the flathead, also known as the hammerhead chef knife, and this is black and white ebony. Thank you, Florida. And Kiwi, I did just email you back probably about 30 minutes ago, in case you were wondering. All right, let's see here. On a couple of cups of water. Y'all hear the music okay? Right on. We got a little pork marinating, nice and chilled. Got some green pepper, got some onion. Alright, let's do the other song. It's just that easy. We got some leftover chopped. Like, yeah. It's a sharp bastard. My problem is, though, is that I really enjoy cutting. Whenever everything's cutting real nice. So I overcut. Like, this is way too much for what I'm making. So. But also, I like the rough chop. So, yeah. It's a mess. Or I'm a mess. One of the two. Dang, 12 people? What's going on? How are we all doing? Alright. So we got some onion. Now, this might not be the chef way to do it, but it's how I do it, so. Because I don't care. Man, should be able to. There's your chunk. Ooh. Lots of seeds. Must be female. I don't know how true that is, but some peppers have more seeds than others. And it's not like, green peppers have more seeds than others, or red peppers have more seeds than others. It's just, I think it's how the bottom looks. That's how you can tell. I think if it looks like a veg, it's a female. If it doesn't look like a veg, then it's male. So again, like the amount that I actually need for this is probably just this. Let's turn our skillet on. And then got our little melody. And let's move you guys back over here. Ooh. And so this marinade is just a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of garlic. You can see the garlic in there. And then it is it's balsamic vinegar. And this has been sitting for about 90 minutes, give or take. Or 1 3/4 hours. No. 1.5 hours. Whatever. So. Oh, it smells delicious. And this is what's in the silver pot? Water. There's water in the silver pot because we're doing our rice pilaf, something. Now, if I were so bold to make like a sauce, I'd use what's left in the bag and add flour and make a roux and all that jazz. So, since veggies cook pretty quick, not do those yet. How's everybody's week been? I think we asked that at the same time, didn't we? My day was pretty good. My coworker came back, which is good, and we pretty much rocked out fucking everything. So it's man, I don't know the technical term. I know it's a center cut. Center cut pork chop. So if that's a pork medallion, then cool. If not, then it's not. All right. And we got this. Get that. Grab my fancy box. That's right. We fancy as fuck over here. Y'all hear me okay though? So we also have pork chops here with bone in, but I believe we call it a bone in pork chop. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different terms for everything. The whole little pan for a little piece of pork. So, yeah, we're going to move that to the back burner. We're going to throw this on the little skillet. The little cast iron. So, like, we have, so there's a St. Louis thing called pork steak. And it is literally a chunk of ass, of pork ass, pig ass, whatever you want to call it. Like, we call it pork steak. So, like, so like you have different names for everything in each country that you go to, and then also you have different names for cities and towns and states. Everybody's got a different name for things. Like, if you have, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys do pork steaks out of legs. We do pork steak out of the ass. You know what I mean? Like, it's a large chunk of ham is what it actually is. But we call it a pork steak. Yeah, I think it's something like 3/4 cut thick. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking phenomenal. So, you know, like I'm saying though, it's every place has their own version, and I didn't really like put those pieces together until I started watching Meat Eater with Steve. Ooh, I don't know if I can pronounce his last name correctly. It's like Steve Roccanelli, something like that. But it's Steve R. And yeah, he's got a TV show. It's called Meat Eater, and he travels all across the world, all the states. Oh yeah, without drying it out. That's what this bag o' goodie is. And also, you can put it on low and put a cover over it, which helps keep the moisture in. Of course, I can't find my lid for it right now. And also, it being marinated helps out a lot too. It's all like infused and entwined. I don't want to get all scientific. So I also did some scoring on it whenever I put it into the marinade. So I scored it. I don't know if you guys can see. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So I scored it on both sides before putting it in the marinade. Needs a little bit more time. So yeah. All right, there you go. Get a little built-in chicharron. Or pork rind. That might be an American thing. Where it's just the skin, you just deep fry the skin or fry up the skin. But yeah, I find doing like a marinade for, a little while, and you can just do butter and garlic, like melt down the butter, mix in the garlic, and then, throw it in there with it. Let that sit for a little while. That's usually what I do with my deer meat whenever it comes to doing steaks. And so whenever I don't have a lid, but I want to keep it all, I'll put like a pizza pan over the top of it or something. The problem with that is that if I don't see it, I forget about it. Pork crackle in packets? No. We have like pork rinds, which are, it's cracklings, but it comes in like a bag. Like, not really like a packet, it comes in like a bag. And you need to eat the shit out. It's not that I don't like them, I just don't buy them. If that makes sense. Like, I like it, I just don't think about it whenever I'm going to buy chips. Yeah, it's just it's just skin that's fried. Kind of like whenever you do fried chicken and only get the skin, you sick people. Gotta eat the whole thing. So, I also have potato. Like, look how thin you can get that. The knife that I'm using has been called 2 different names. This is either known as the flathead or the hammerhead, because I'm a big fan of sharks, and also I'm a big fan of catfish. So, but like, I want to put one of my chef knives in the hands of a proper chef and let them use it so I can get like a full review. Because like, I think mine are awesome, but also and you can also put your food, throw in a big chunk of butter, which that's not a big chunk of butter, that's just a chunk of butter. So these are not antique, these are new. They were made in the past like 3 years. And this is black and white ebony with, I believe I use stainless pens. And this is high carbon steel. Just single kind of steel. Alright, so what you can do to also help keep your pork moist, is you do like this. Flip it over and do the same. But I've also got mine down to like a lower heat because I'm kind of talking and everything. This is carbon steel. And I have a wax coating that is food grade for protection on this. So you can, as soon as you get it, you can cut into whatever you're eating, and it's not going to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, and so yeah, that is forge scale hammer marks. I like leaving them slightly rough. So I use 1075, 1095, and I just started using 5160, but 5160 is not really for a chef knife. It's more for a utility knife, something that's going to take a whole lot of damage. I'm just going to take that off the heat. I'm going to use our handy holding. So yeah, our rice is cooking pretty good. Yes, it's a hot pot holder. I also have fancier ones. Trivet is what it's called. Kiwi, you want me to grab that cleaver, don't you? Just say yes in the chat if you want the cleaver to come out. So again, my stuff's not old. I make it all brand new. I just make it the old way. Or at least as much as I can. So all I did was throw in a seasoning packet after I kind of rinsed off my rice. All right. All right. That's all you get for free. I'm just kidding. So we'll put the chef knife away because Kiwi wants the cleaver to come out. So I'm taking my veggies and dumping them in. To my rice. Alright. So here's the cleaver that Kiwi was talking about. And this is made out of 5160. And so what I'm doing here is I got this on like on a low. The type of wood on this one, I fucking forgot. I'm sorry. And then this is stainless steel pins. What's up, Zero? Here you go, Zero. I'll show you the one from the post. That is not a mahogany. I do know that. It's an exotic wood. I do remember it, but anyway, so I have this on medium because I'm trying to get a little bit of a burn going on. What's up, kitty cat? Huh? What's up, flufferbutt? Shark. So, like I said, I don't remember off the top of my head. I can text a buddy of mine. Oh yeah, Fluffy Shark, the boss of the ship. Yeah, we talking about you. And so I can text my buddy, and he can remind me what this is, because they have long, fancy names. I do remember that. Probably should have did this first before it gotten all wet. That's all right though. Got a little bit of char in here. When in doubt, more butter. And yes, I will be cutting with the cleaver here shortly. There you go. Yeah, I should have toasted the rice first. Now let's switch everything over so we can see just how good this thing chops. Alright. Oh yeah, let's see here. Yes, I have replied. So with the creations and letting them go, you ask Kiwi. So there are things like these are all my style, but they're not my style. Like this here is my style of chef knife. This is the one I use when I'm not on camera. All right. So like there's absolutely nothing to it. Very basic, very rustic. Not for everybody. Okay, that's a very limited market right here. All right. So there's that. And so, just different things like that. And then 0, you want a YouTube Japanese style chef knife. 0, hit me up via email. Florida, would you be so kind as to drop my email? I appreciate you. Like butter. Yeah. Making horseshoes. I do not make horseshoes, but I could probably learn how to make horseshoes. Like, I got throwing horseshoes right here. And then, let's see here. Sorry, I'm going back on the, you're Slack at checking your emails. No worries. Cool with the metal handle. Yeah. So that's my kind of style chef knife. This is my everyday knife. This is one I just beat the shit out of at work. So, yeah, this is just what I use at work. You can see the damage. I say damage, but it's still sharper and shit. But, like, the tape residue right there. Yeah. And so that's like, this is like a blacksmith style handle because the things that I do for myself is just quick and easy. And then I got a guy who did an engraving for me. Hey, if you want to supply the wood, that's fine. I'm not mad at that. So let's see here. I gotta get it in the right spot. That's the other side. I gotta do a little bit of a. Yeah, so this cleaver here is not gonna be for use. This is just for me. This was somebody playing with their laser engraver, seeing if they could do things. Shark. And so yeah, this is a ship getting taken over by a kraken. And then this here is the ship. There it is. The ship before the kraken. Like, yeah, Zero, you can supply the handle material, man. That's no worries. Actually saves me the trouble of finding it. Yeah, it is wicked. How heavy would they be? How heavy would what be? Very cleverly made. Nice. Yeah, you tell him, Turtle. Oh, he came across a cool horseshoe that may be called a bar shoe. It's like a heart type shape at the top. Oh, that is interesting. I might have to look into that, and I might give it a shot just to see if I can. Hey, man, I appreciate you swinging in, Turtle. Ain't mad at you for that. We're playing with a couple of different blades here. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but I was trying to keep this wave pattern. And again, keeping the wave pattern. But yeah, so enough talking about the bastard. Let's use the blade. I can't stand a blade I'm not allowed to use. That's just dumb to me. Alright, let's see here. better. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right, so we're just going to do a dead drop. Oh. No, wait. Ain't bad. Anyway, if you hold it normally, I mean, come on. I don't know why I'm working this edge here so bad, but it's like I know what I'm doing. Appreciate the turtle. Turtle, you working in the morning or are you fishing? You better be fucking fishing. Kiwi, you still hanging out? Hey, what's going on, AFI? How we doing? Nice. Oh, Turtle, you working. Pipesville, howdy-ho. What's going on, Pipes? Guys, if you guys are into video games, check out FLCLAFI. And then if you are into American-made craftsmanship, which I believe you are because you're on my monthly channel, check out Pipes of Old. He makes tobacco pipes, and eventually, he's gonna let me know when he's got the right wood for a Gimli, and I'm gonna own me a Gimli style pipe. All right, and that's what's gonna happen. I might have to trade him a blade for it, but worth it. And so, let's see here. So yeah, we got potatoes. So I'm kind of waiting for Kiwi to get back to slice up the rest of the potatoes. But let's go ahead and slice up our pork. Had a customer turn up. Kiwi, where are you working? If you don't mind me asking. And you don't have to answer if you don't want to. I didn't realize you were at work. But you are in New Zealand, right? Yeah, I appreciate you, Pipes. Alright, so we have our pork. 2 cloves. Bam. We have our pork. It has been resting. knocking all the leftovers from the pan into the pot. Now, Kiwi, are you ready? Are you saying the Cleveland looks heavy? Oh, I can also hook you up with something like that. All right, here we go. Oh, it's all good. But like, you see how easy of a cut that is, though? Let's take a little one like this for sacrificial. Let's see if I'm in the frame. Perfect. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Like, I'm not pushing. I'm letting the blade do the work. It's about a quarter in the handle, 3/16 through here, down to about an eighth up here. Hell yeah, turtle. Yeah. AFI's a bad motherfucker whenever it comes to games. Like, there's been multiple times where I've gone to bed and then woke up for work. He's still streaming it. Yep. That is correct. Kiwi. But again, it's not crazy heavy. And the size of this thing, here. Like, it's not a huge blade. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. Hang on. I'm sorry. That was a wild ride there. So, like, it's not all that big. Like, it's not crazy huge. Oh, I might have missed the question. Hang on a second. Oh, so if I don't catch a message, please resend it. Because I am on, for some reason, my shit goes automatically to top messages. So let's see here. Yeah. So I don't know why I can't change it. I forgot to try to do it when I first started. So yeah, I apologize. If it seems like I missed something, please resend so that I can catch it. Yeah. Yeah. Look, y'all see that? Nick almost had a 12-hour stream yesterday. Like, fucking insane. Missed the answer about the hole in the metal top to hang it by. So, yeah, I did not obviously make a hole because most people just won't do that because they'd have to have, like, you know, a nail or whatever. So, yeah, I did more of a modern take on it, if you will. So, I can make a sheath for this where it's just like, now I won't make it like this because this is just scraps that I made this out of, but I'll make it so that, you know, you can just cover it up and leave it out without having to worry about it. I mean, it is standard, but also this is more of a kitchen cleaver instead of like production cleaver, or not really production, but commercial. Have a good one, Turtle. And yeah, so, and it's already hardened and everything, so I can't really go through and drill a hole in it. I mean, I can, but I might have to retemper. I'd have to heat this up in this area and then drill it. So, but right on, Turtle. I appreciate you. Yeah, Discord does not like me. I can't get it to work for me, so I just stopped. Fuck it. Let's see here. Must be solid steel. So this is heat treated, which means that it's hardened. And a hardened blade means you have to sharpen less. You don't have to sharpen as often. It's a high quality blade, not the junk that you get from the store. So, yeah. Like, it becomes a whole process that you have to do. You have to heat this up, drill your hole, and then you have to heat this up and then quench it. And then, yeah, like it becomes like a multi-step process to put a hole in there. But I can make a sheath like this, where you'll have a loop to hang shit from, or to hang it from. And I can make it all out of leather, you know, just as an idea. Or I can make you a display for it. So it'll just sit like this. Your choice. Alright, so let's see here. Now, alright, let's do some fancy fucking plating. Because, you know, no real reason to. So we'll throw some little bits in. Then we're going to take our beautiful pulp and put it right over the top and give you a bullshit portion. That's how you know it's fancy. And then you get the close-up. Yes, that's what makes you pay $20 for fucking shit. That's why I don't go to fancy places. And I don't eat fancy food. Because that total just turns into how expensive your turd is. I know. It's not proper manners, but also, fuck off, pirates. Alright? Because we're going to give you this much, make you pay for that and everybody else's steaks, right? And then, you know what I mean? So, like, they only give you a portion of your fancy food anyway. And somebody else pays for, 7 more hunks of the same meat. Oh, but it was done with such professionalism. I have known many cooks and a couple of chefs. They're drunk and or on drugs. Most of the people making your food. At least the ones on the line. Yeah. Thank you, thank you. And so yeah, then you take, because as we all know, you can't get full on fancy. As Kent Rollins says, then do a little bullshit pour, right? $20 plate right there. All right, so let's get back to it. All right, so I'm going to do a side-by-side, if you will. Like this. All right. So that's the cleaver that cuts like a fucking chef knife. And then we're going to do, oh, this one's a little thicker. That's probably about right. I'm trying to keep it the same thickness. And then we got this one here. Oops, I got a little squirrely. Hey, I appreciate you, Paul, for coming in. Have a great night. Hopefully, the rest of your life went good. Oh, I was looking for the rest of the fucking potato. There it is. And yes, I am going to do something with these potatoes. And if anybody's interested in this blade right here, alright, so I believe that they are damn near the same. So that's badass. Just saying. You can pick all your shit up like this. Check it in there. So which blade are you guys liking more? See? Plunger? How dare you, Mamacita? Alright, and then let's do that's with a cleaver. Yeah, autocorrect is dumb. But yeah, nothing like doing some fine chopping with a cleaver. Come on. Focus on what I'm showing you, not what you want. But yeah, so that's with the chef knife. Or that's with the cleaver. Sorry. And let's see what it does with the chef knife. Alright. I don't mean to toot my own horn, or I'm not really one to toot my own horn, but dang. Set that back. That's in shadow. In shadow. fan. Oh yeah. But yeah. Like, there's no way anybody could go through these and tell me which ones were chef knife, which ones were cleaver. You know what I mean? But anyway, so we're gonna do some little salt water on this. So I was never really a fan of Anne personally. Like, I wasn't mad when she showed up, but I never went looking for her, if that makes sense. Like, I never watched Worst Cooks or anything like that. There you go. So we just got some salt on here, and what we're going to do is we're going to soak this, let this pull out some starch. So, which blade we liking? Oh, where did the name Plunder come from? So, pirates do what? They steal, right? They steal people's, plunder their treasure, right? So, I found that a lot of people who do, like, whenever they go with a name, like, for example, a Viking forge, right? So they do like the Viking forge or the Berserker forge, right? And so then they get limited to only doing Viking style items primarily. Like, I understand that there's like like the cleaver by the window. The cleaver by the window does not cut for shit. It's not sharp. It's just for display. So with me going with Plundershop, right? Also, I'll go on a side note about that. Um, so with Plunder doing pirate, right? So I can do blades from the north hemisphere, the southern hemisphere, east or western hemisphere, because there's been pirates across the entire world forever. Like, there's river pirates and so on and so forth. So, like, I can go and do whatever style blade I want to, pretty much whenever I want to. Oh, the one on the chopping board you meant. Right on. You like this one? Yeah. This can be yours, Kiwi. And we can also talk about a cutting board. But yeah, so that was the idea behind going pirate style, because also I'm a big fan of pirates. Obviously, off the top, you got to be a fan of pirates to call yourself, off some pirate shit. You know what I mean? So, um, and so, yeah, so that all worked out. Actually, there we go. It's too hot to wear it out in the forge right now, but so, and then Plundershop, came about because I'm kind of a theater kid, And one of the first shows that I did was Little Shop of Horrors, which is also a decent movie. And uh, so I was like, because I didn't want to say forge, right? Because I also have other skills. Like I can fabricate, I can do woodworking, limited, very limited at woodworking. I got a guy that does woodworking. So like, I mean, like, uh, no, not really steampunk. Not a fan of the steampunk really era, but it is cool. I mean, like, I'm not mad at steampunk. Like, I could make a steampunk cleaver if I want to. Why? Because fucking pirates. Like, I can make a space dagger because pirates. Like, pirates are anywhere and everywhere. Like, it's awesome. Don't apologize for asking questions. How the fuck are you gonna learn something if you don't ask questions? Never apologize for asking questions. Apologize for not asking questions. And also, there's no stupid questions, only stupid answers. So, yeah, so Little Shop of Horrors, right? And I was like, well, I don't really do like horror stuff, but like I've also made a couple of horror weapons. Somebody asked me to do Freddy Krueger gloves, and I said no. I'm like, I'm not doing all that, especially with the price point that they wanted it at. And I said, go buy it from Amazon or whatever the fuck. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna lose money on it. Anyways, uh-oh. Sizzling Bacon is on. Just got a notification. He also plays video games. Very cool guy. He's currently playing through Assassin's Creed. And so with like the Little Shop of Horrors, right? And I was like, well, Little Shop of Plunder, right? And I was like, well, you can't really like, like, Little Shop of Plunder. You know what I mean? Like, so I just condensed it. Plundershop. Here we are. Sorry, that was a 5-minute explanation, or 10-minute explanation. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm just agitating, a little bit. You can get in there with your fingers and do the whole thing. And yeah, so that's just kind of how the name came about. Also, it looks really cool in cursive. I'm a sucker for some cursive. Tell your single lady friends. But yeah, so I hope Zero emails me. So let's actually try out our food that we cooked. What do you think? Now that it's cold. Let's do this extra in the pan. I just watched that. That was hideous to watch. I'm sorry. Alright, so I'm going to nuke that for a second. And again, if I'm not seeing your chat, send it again because I'm only on top messages because YouTube's dumb right now. Yeah. Because the last thing I have on here is bacon time. What's up, Sharky? Fluffy shark. Have a good one, Florida. Kiwi, are you wanting me to make that for you? Or you just want to see if I can make it? Those are two very different things. Because what you're asking is if I've made a serrated bread knife. And no, I did not make this. No, I've not made one. Because I've never been asked nor paid to make one. Can I make one? Most likely. I'm not gonna give their. Now, why do I have this? Whenever I make blades? Oh, that would. Yeah, it would be cool in a rustic style. Like, they're not complicated. Oh, I'm sure that it would probably be the same, about the same size. Going on the cleaver size and weight? What? So a rustic style bread knife would be cool. Okay. Any idea on cost? Are you talking about the bread knife or are you talking about the cleaver? Because then we started talking about going on the cleaver size and weight. Cost? We'll work that out via email. Just because. Fluffy shark, do 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 do. Fluffy shark. Shark. Doo-dum. Doo-dum. Dun, 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 dun. Because made on a whim versus ordered is different, if that makes sense. Now, granted, my pricing is not terrible. Ooh, yeah, I hate when that happens. That's whenever I just don't buy the fucking item. Nothing worse than whenever it's a $20 item, but it's $40 just to get it to you. It depends on how motivated I am. I try to finish custom orders in a week. Because there's a bunch of different processes, and if I fuck up in one of them, it sets me back, which I don't really fuck up, but it does happen. You know what I mean? Like, shit does happen. So, yeah. And then also, Kiwi, I don't remember if I showed you this or not, but that's my forge out there on the other side of the propane tank. Boop. Underneath the green square, that's where my forge is. So if it's raining, you know, and depends on how hard work beat me up that day. So I say it takes a week because just how shit happens. But like if I had so the special firebox is called a forge. Have you not seen me live hammering, building blades? Because I do it from scratch. I don't cut material out to make the blade. I hammer it out. Oh, right on. So, have you ever seen the TV show Forged in Fire? That is what I do. Hammer and anvil. And I've never been on there, and I probably never will. Alright, so Forged in Fire. Oh, well, they're doing testing right now, but oop.
I thought when you have that bend in your blade, we know that there's at least a soft section here. So as I'm cutting, if I feel that there's a point where it's unsafe, I'm just going to stop. All right? Okay.
So, yeah. They take a chunk of steel, throw it into a fire, and get it up to where it becomes like, for lack of a better term, buttery. And then you pull it out of the fire, take your hammer, put the hot steel on your anvil, and you hit that son of a bitch. And you keep hitting it until it gets into the shape of your desire. Now, there are other people who call themselves knife makers, which is different between blacksmiths, bladesmiths, and knife makers. So, knife makers will take a chunk of material like this, they will draw out what they want, and then they will cut out that item, and then they'll do the heat treat and everything like that, and then grind it. So, like, they don't force it into the shape, they just cut it out, like cookie cutter style. So, but yeah, definitely check out one of my lives so you can see the amount of work that I put into everything. And then you'll understand that the price that I give you is actually cheap. But I'm still building my reputation, so I don't mind. Too much. Yeah, so I'm gonna make some fries out of that. Yes, and mine is more handcrafted than others because I actually beat the shit out of it until it gets to what I want it to be. So, but yeah, so definitely check out one of my lives. I mean, of me actually forging, not cooking. I started doing cooking ones because one, I have all these blades. Hey, I appreciate you, Zero. That's gonna be awesome. Uh, I mean, I can send it out to my guy. I have a engraving guy, so that'll be extra costs and stuff. But again, we can work out all the details. So Zero, the chef knife that you're wanting, is it rounded or is it classic? So my favorite style is one where I don't have to add wood. I just like steel, right? Do a little fanciness, you know. But so Zero, what's the chef knife that you're looking at or that you're wanting? I also make other things besides chef knives, also, people. That would be cool if I can get one to be full scale one of a kind for your business. Yeah, that'd be badass. I am down to make it. I have made a what's it? 9 pound 18 by 30 cleaver. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Early. Kind of my thing. Yeah, it's about 4 kilos. And I bet you Lemmy definitely paid more than I did. Yeah, so let's see here. Why did I do that one? Oh, it was getting close to Halloween. And yeah, so it was getting close to Halloween, right? And I had a thought, which is always fucking dangerous, right? Right on, yeah. You gonna weigh your biggest cleaver? Down. I dig it. Anyway, so what was it? Oh, the giant cleaver. So I don't know if you guys know the movie Silent Hill with Pyramid Head. So you know how he drags the blade behind him and everything like that. I had this weird idea of I wonder what his kitchen knife looks like. And then I came up with the 9-pound cleaver. So, yeah, 9-pound fucking cleaver. Yeah, really, you kind of came in at the end here. I'm not really doing a whole lot. I'm just kind of eating the food that I cut it up. And Kiwi is wanting this blade here. Worked 5 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Been there. Been there. Never fun. Well, depends if you work with somebody or not. That's cool. All right, let's make another $20 bowl. All right, Hurley, since you weren't here, and I'm sure Kiwi is going to hate this. So I say a $20 plate because, you know, if you watch enough Food Fucking Network, it's all about how you plate it. All right, let's see here. All right, there's a good spot. Good. doing detail work on the fly with a cleaver? I'm using very little pressure. All the way back. Like that is some finesse work. So funny you say that. If you go back to my last live, that is exactly what I was doing with this same blade. And then now we are dicing up vegetables, or slicing and dicing vegetables. Same blade. Now, just for, reference, this is one of my chef knives. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a ulu. Yeah. Yep, I make the handles too. So, let's see here. Yeah, is it ulu? Is the blade that you're talking about, where it's a half moon with a handle on top, and that is ULU. So, I know enough to be dangerous. So, but yeah, so this is a chef knife that I make. It's a cleaver that I make, right? Here's another cook's knife that I make, right? Like, and I've used all of these. I think you might still be able to see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but inside my hand there is some branches that I was cutting down. So, yeah. Why is the chef knife cut on an angle? I have one like that too, and I don't think I like it much. Which one? You talking about wood handle, or are you talking about metal handle? I'm assuming you're talking about this one. The wood handle? Okay. So, what I was going for was there. I know a lot of people that enjoy tantos. Like, that's all they talk about, tantos and katanas, right? I was like, oh, it'd be a great fucking chef knife for those guys. One that looks like a tanto or a katana. That's why I did this. But, like, it is super thin. So, and also, like, if you look at chef knives from across the world, like, was it Hurley? Was just talking about an ulu, right? Let's see here. I got paper. Yeah. Okay, so an ulu. So an ulu looks like this. Okay. Now they do everything from skinning to cooking with this. So yeah, so this is an ulu, and and a lot of different cultures they use this from skinning an animal to cutting veggies, right? So the shape of a chef knife is really like what you like to look at, and then there's also the functionality of it, because this here is based off of Viking Sax, which is a uh, Viking fighting sword / knife. Okay, it was like a knife that was like 18 inches, so it's like a short sword. You know what I mean? Like the blade itself was like 18 inches or some shit. Okay, this thing here overall is 18 inches, and so yeah, and like I can use this just as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter the shape of it. It just kind of depends on what you like. So you got that. I'll do another one for you. Go to the front, middle, right? But if I were to, like, this is easier to grab here and cut out the tops of peppers or whatever, you know what I mean? Because of this style of blade. This style here. You can hold it up here and do your finesse work, right? So you can sit here and just go, right? Like you can make real detailed cuts. So like you can, take this. If you were as heavy-handed as I am, you can cut out that circle, with ease. And it's also about what you're going to be using. Like, what do you normally cook? Like, because in the Asian cultures, they go through a lot of shrimp, so they have special shrimp knives and stuff like that. Like, you got, this is like a classic chef knife shape, right? And so, you can do some detail work that way. You can use the front of it however you want to, or you can just do your classic slicing. So it's really about what you're doing. Because now, can you do the same thing with a cleaver? Absolutely. Just takes a little bit more skill. Okay, obviously I'm not a professional. But you can do an entire meal with this, from skinning out an animal to, doing meal prep. Like, it will do all of it. So then, you want to cut this little white piece out, right? Get it like this. Okay. So it's kind of like you enjoy the style of your region, because this style here is what a lot of Americans are carrying pocket knife wise. So they're used to it, or we're used to it. So, not everybody. I'm just using general. Alright. So you can do all this finesse work with a cleaver. This guy here. I personally like this one because it helps, teach people. Like, people who are scared of the blade, right? Because going like this is intimidating to some people, right? But if you're just making it go, okay, so you put this point down, then you're just going to cut away from you, right? Like, for somebody who's just learning, and then they're also learning the rock and chop. It's the same motion. You're just cutting on the backside now. So it's like, as a knife maker, I should not have the philosophy that one knife should be able to do everything. Right on, Kiwi. You have a good night. And so this here, now since I use this at work, I'm not gonna, eat any of this one here, right? But so, like, I can do the exact same thing So it really doesn't matter. It's just what you like. Long story long. So yeah. All right. So who's still hanging out after that very long-winded explanation? Well, we're creeping up on the 2-hour mark here, so I'll be leaving soon. But for any knife questions, feel free to email me. If you're interested in buying a blade, email me. So, anyway. I appreciate y'all coming out, hanging out with me while I cook dinner and talk about blades and all kinds of cool shit. Hey, welcome in, whoever just showed up at the end of this. Welcome in, and, well, y'all have a great night, and enjoy your weekend, and, yeah, that's all I got. Have a great night, enjoy the weekend, get the fuck off my boat. I appreciate y'all. Cheers.